This week on Chateau Capers, I get dirty knees in a dodgy bedroom. We discover the Chateau has a shocking case of galloping timber clap, and, well, whatever's going on here.
How's it going?
Well, it's come up relatively well so far, but most of the nails didn't come up, so I've had to go around, and many of the floorboards had several nails in, so there's just hundreds of them. There's so many nails to put up, so my bucket's slowly getting heavier and heavier. And once the nails are up, it's a lot safer to walk on the joists because I'm not threatening to put a nail through my trainer.
Very valiant effort tackling this floor.
Well, the sooner we get it done, the better.
Yeah.
Because it's
amazing.
It's an annoyance. It's something that we shouldn't have had to do, but we are because of the way things have gone with the previous works. But yeah, theoretically it's not the hardest or most challenging job, but you know, it's a chateau, so things always, this whole project here is an unexpected hassle, but we just don't know what other problems this job will show us, so we'll wait and find out. Hopefully it won't be too bad. How are you finding working on the building site?
It's okay. It's dusty. It's a bit scary, it's a bit unpleasant, but I guess it simplifies matters. We can have a good look at what's here.
We've been out today and we went and bought a load of wood, and it's been really difficult to get the wood the exact size that we want. You can find it online, but the depot is miles away and you're outside of their delivery zone. Or they want to charge an absolute fortune to deliver it, to which is almost doubles the price of the wood, which isn't that cheap anyway. So I've put the first 4 in, just roughly, they're just loose. I'm going to have to pick a height that I want to be the finished height, and then I'm going to have to work everything to that height. And that might mean notching this old beam a little bit more, which is probably better than notching out any of my joists, because I need the joist as thick as I can get it. But the first 4 are in, and so I'm feeling a little bit positive about it. But yeah, the hard work will definitely start when I'm trying to level it all up, because it's going to be nice and level enough that I can put a new floor down, and I don't want it all over the place. I probably won't ever get it perfect, but if I can get them relatively level, that will have to do. What's quite interesting is that right where I'm standing and a bit further on are notches. Notches in the top of the beam. And it goes there, and then it goes on that beam as well, which is another really old beam. And I'm just wondering whether there were notches for walls, where the walls sat atop them at some point. I'm just making this up because I've no idea whether that's true, but they're a lot wider and they're cut down, and there's nothing there now because these joists have been put into different places. I was just wondering whether perhaps there used to be a wall here and a wall there, which would have sort of made very narrow bedrooms at some point, very narrow rooms, or a corridor and a small room at that end. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know, and I don't think I'll ever know, because this might originally have been a farmhouse for all we know. We still know very little about the chateau's history. But I will continue and see if I can get another few boards laid, and then I'll start working out levels. So down here and across there and to there, and to an extent the next one as well. It's a bit of a disaster. There's been a lot of woodworm for a long time, and this just powdered away to nothing. It was just literally powder. And so I've vacuumed away as much of the utterly useless wood as I can, and I'm still a bit of powder there. Look, see, it just turns to nothing. But this all seems quite hard. So I'm going to have to spray the whole area with woodworm treatment and hope that that will help. And also hope that with the building now being dry, the conditions are less, what's the word I'm looking for? The conditions will be less good for the woodworm.
I'll come back to the woodworm, but for now I needed to get the joists levelled up with each other, which required notching the bearers.
It's the end of the day now. I've had enough, and so the first I damaged my finger very slightly yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 are now all pretty much level along there. The other end, that's a different matter. I'll work on that another time. The one on this side is sitting much higher, so that needs an adjustment, and we work from there. But now I've got my basic level for where the floorboards are going to be. Old crumbly Chateau 0, Rory 1. We're getting somewhere. And I've done a lot of woodworm treatment as well. I'll do more tomorrow. But there's quite a lot of woodworm damage. I'm hoping it's historic, but you never know, so I'm treating.
In the morning, I got on with screwing down the first 4 joists. Everything went smoothly. I find that suspicious.
The first 4 floor joists are now finished. They're in, they're screwed down, they're in position. There's no squeaking when I bounce them down. If I go into the other joists, lots of squeaking. So, first 4 are done, that's really good news. I'm really pleased with how they've gone. They're not utterly perfect, but then it's a really old house and I'm trying to work with existing materials and putting in new things. So it's been quite tricky, but the first 4 are in. So I've put the insulation back, mostly. I've still got a little bit to do here and there, but that's what I'll do. I'll just keep cutting down the insulation, putting it back in so that the floor is sort of soundproofed and slightly insulated as we move forward. But it's a great start. It's a lot slower process than I'd hoped because I've got to finesse each end slightly to make it all fit and go level. And to add to that, the doorway here is about 2 inches higher than the doorway over there. So the floor here is going to go in, going to sweep down, and then I'll try and get it level across that room. But yeah, so there'll be a bit of a fall here, but it's not really going to be noticed. I didn't notice it with the old floor, so hopefully won't notice it with this one, unless I put a marble on it and watch it roll. This is the problem I've got with that. A minute ago it was wood shaped until I stuck my finger in and it just falls apart. There't nothing I can do to save it. I've just got to scrape it out and treat the wood once I've got it back to hard wood. The problem I've got is it means that the bearers aren't terribly deep, so I might have to try and cut back further into the wood so that the new joist can sit a bit more firmly onto this old beam. Now, a lot of this old beam is still sound. It's sort of the outer inch that is really damaged. But it does mean that there's less for the new joists to sit on. And that's a lot of dust to just come out of that one bit of the beam.
And it wasn't just that one section afflicted with galloping joistivitis. What appeared to be sound wood quickly gave way, disintegrating into powdery woodworm poo. Removing the compromised timber should allow the insecticide to penetrate the healthier wood and help safeguard what remains of the beam. We'd been gifted an overcast day, perfect for working outdoors, and we'd been eager to make a start on the swimming pool.
We have pool walls. The pool walls are sort of going in. Basically, what we found is the instructions are quite detailed, and they say be extremely careful that these levels are all perfectly level and they all match perfectly and your angles are perfect. And use the template to mark your marks out perfectly where you're going to put the rebar into the concrete things. And then when it comes to it, the template that they've given us is so inaccurate that we're having to invent a different way of marking out where everything has got to go. So it's a little bit frustrating and it's taking longer than we'd like. But it will go in. We will have a swimming pool. We're just going to take it very carefully and try to ensure that whatever happens, we get it right. So far, so good though.
Each of the wall pieces is 2 metres wide by 1.5 metres high. They're made from plastic, they're quite heavy and definitely cumbersome to manoeuvre.
A spider on me.
This template is used to make drilling points for the anchoring sections of rebar.
So this is how the pool's going to be. This is pretty much the dimensions of it. And I was a bit worried getting into it that it would be a bit high for me. We're always worried it's going to be too low. But I think it's going to be just right. I'm going to have to be on my tippy toes to be able to breathe and talk. And you'll be fine. Your head will always be out. But yeah, so we've got many rivers to cross still. I've suddenly got a bit worried about the rebar. And I think on the video they show two strong men lifting the panels down onto the rebar that's already in place. We'll have to think of something else or get hold of someone else to help maybe, not sure. So that's the next stage, isn't it?
Pretty much drill the holes and work towards putting the rebar in.
Yeah. But anyway, no, it's brilliant. I really love having all these boxes, all the walls down in position, and can start to imagine it being a pool. It's brilliant.
With plenty of time left in the day, we got on with the next step. We had to drill holes, as previously marked out by the template, all around the concrete pad. They needed to be vacuumed to clear the holes of dust to make room for the glue and rebar. We laid out the rebar by each hole, ready to be fitted, as the epoxy glue sets very quickly. A measured squirt into each hole and the rebar was pushed home.
So that is 60 holes drilled, and so they are the vertical supports that will hold these to the ground when the concrete is poured inside them. So we're pretty much ready to start sliding these on and into position, more or less.
Tomorrow, we're going to let them set a bit, aren't we?
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they've already gone hard, look. See?
Yeah. Well.
So it's pretty much full steam ahead. By the end of the week, what would be nice is if all of these are in position, we're absolutely perfectly happy with their position, and then we can start mixing up a certain amount of concrete that we can then shovel in to each one, which will act as just a stabilising base to hold them in place whilst we get the next concrete pour to come in and pour it all in and get it all finished. That'll be amazing. And then once that's done, Jane,
We get our swimmers on.
we get almost. Once these are done, next week I reckon we could get the concrete poured, and then it's just work at our own pace from then. That's all the really, really difficult, worrying stuff done. Then it's we lay the foam down, we put the liner in, we do the stones. I can slowly get all the plumbing sorted. Oh, this is very exciting. What we're going to do, we're going to lift and we're going to put down. Which side is it easier for you to do that with?
I think this side.
Okay. So, it should be, so be careful of the things behind you.
This is actually really hard.
Okay, put it down.
Put it down. I think I need gloves on. I'm going to do this because my hands are really hurting.
Okay. Okay. You ready? That's basically in position. It's sort of lift. And straight back down. Perfect, well done. So the next thing is I screw the joining strip, so like that white strip there. Screw one of them to there. We fit the rebar through. Then the next piece goes on, rebar through. So behind there you can see the white thing.
Yeah.
That's got more strength really than these.
Oh, really?
Yeah, big compression strength because these are just these is honeycombed plastic. So if you kneel down sort of where I am, and then I'll try and lift it up, and you just slide it under like that.
But you're only going to lift this side?
Now I'm going to try and lift both,
Okay.
and then slide it under so it goes under the white.
Okay.
And if that works, then hey presto. If not, then we'll have to raise it up a bit more. See what happens.
But you want it both sides raised?
Oh yeah.
Observe the male in his natural habitat, thrusting rhythmically against the plastic barrier, his saggy cotton covering trying its hardest to take the strain. Beneath him, the female prepares the plastic shim. With delicate poise, she leans dangerously close to the blast aperture. Any sudden shift could spell disaster.
Right, now lift the other side and use a different grey one. Yep.
It's not known if this is what the female wanted, but with the wind in her hair, this is what she got. Either way, they both seem happy with the result.
White.
Well, that's all right. I mean, it's slightly better than it was.
Yeah, I think it is.
There.
Well done, us.
Well done, us.
It's brilliant.
Well, that is half the pool walls in. Feels good to get way more done today than I imagined we would.
Yeah. Yes, I know. Very good.
You feeling happy?
I do, actually. Thank you. Do you?
Good. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm really
good.
pleased.
Good.
Really pleased.
Tired and hungry?
Yeah, and you have a hilarious face.
They've often people said that about me.
Do you want to show it to the camera?
I've apparently got a hilarious face.
It's not her fault. I could have as well. My hands are dirty because Jane's wearing gloves. But I haven't been rubbing my face quite so much, I don't think. So that will start to give you an idea of what the swimming pool is going to look like. So there are the walls. Half of it's installed with all the rebar as well. So tomorrow we'll get the rest of it in place. All the way around to there. The stairs go at this end, down here in this corner. But we're really, really pleased. Today has gone really well. It's been quite enjoyable as well. It's not been one of those days where it's been a slog. We've just got on with it and we've just got through it and we've got more done than we imagined we would. So, time for something to eat, something to drink and a sit down.
It has been an eventful week. With so much to show you, we've decided to release a midweek video, hopefully Wednesday. So stay tuned, as they used to say when terrestrial television was still the thing.